What's going on, y'all? This is Masterpiece. Y'all already know what it is. And this is just about opening up the light in your body, opening up your body to let light in. We all know what a dark and musky house is like. So, how do we open up our bodies to let the light in? Okay, well, first of all, we know that through reflexology is like going to very complex places in your body, like your foot, your eyes, even your colon. Uh, they all contain parts that or even your hand, contain parts of your body that relate to the rest of your body. So, for example, you can pinch a part of your palm or your finger to relieve a headache or to relieve digestive pains in your stomach or whatever. We all know that. That's a proven field of study and practice in medicine, in the healing arts. So, one thing that we have to be very mindful of is our colon, okay, and our skin. The skin being the biggest organ, the colon being our second brain and our second lung, okay? The colon is very key to your health. If you're into the holistic health at all, uh, you will know about enemas and keeping your colon clean because when you keep the pipes within the house clean, then the fluids run through it properly. And the subtle fluids and the fluids that we contain in our body is the key to our life. That is the stream of life, right? And the blood renews itself, yada, yada, yada. So when we eat food, any kind of food, plant-based foods, whatever, we create a metabolic waste. And this waste, it doesn't when your organs are backed up and you can and the environment of your body, the water in it is not clean, then the toxins have nowhere to go and be dumped out into and flushed out by the urine and sweat and whatever. So what happens is that metabolic waste, it accumulates and it turns acidic. And if you could think of like food material being in a damp, dark place, the type of bacteria that forms and the growth and the fungus and the fur and all that starts to grow. So it starts to get bigger and bigger and it creates more shade. Also, when you're eating fried foods and animal food, especially dairy, you're going to get that accumulation because we can't digest animal proteins. So what happens is it's akin to your blinds. That's why I started this off with the house. When your blinds are nice and open and clear, which means your atoms are vibrating highly, your high frequency, you're very clean and light, and you don't have a lot of putrefaction going on and a lot of metabolic waste buildup and toxins, etc. Then your windows are open, your skin is breathing, it's letting in light and it's letting out light, and your colon is nice and clear, so it's letting in light. But remember, sunlight penetrates all things, right? It gets in between the atoms, and it gets in between the molecules of the ceilings and all that, and it penetrates. So when you eat food, it's like dimming the blinds, right? When you eat these processed foods, these sugar-full foods and fried animal products. So that's why a lot of times you'll hear someone say, "Oh, you're dim-witted," or "Oh, he's bright." It's all about, you know, we're translucent beings, but we don't perceive ourselves as such, because we're on this density, because we are vibrating to match this plane in this density, we see each other and regard each other as real, separate, physical. But that's not the case. You know this. I know my audience, and I know my audience isn't dumb or dim. You guys are enlightened. You guys know what's going on. So when you eat that, you've been eating a lot of pork and a lot of oxtail and curried goat, right? Then your colon is gonna get dark like this. It's gonna get furry and fungusy. It's gonna putrefy. It's gonna be gross. Your breath is probably gonna be bad. Your farts and your excretions are probably gonna be very smelly. And we know that the breath actually starts in the stomach, right? So you guys got to follow up those meals, those heavy meals with those herbs like the parsleys and the cilantro to detoxify your stomach and get your breath better permanently, not just like a gum cover up. So what happens when you detox? When you detox, you are basically detoxing means just you are letting your body space. You're allowing your body the certain conditions to allow itself to do what it needs to do, which is repair itself. And uh, what happens is you detoxify. And when you drink clean, high alkaline water, and when you add a lot of minerals into your diet, and you're getting a lot of chlorophyll, which is, plant light, when you're getting a lot of high vibrational, fresh, raw fruits and vegetables that are high in electricity, then it's imagine when you have like a caked on jar, you have water and you shake it fast because you're vibrating it faster to loosen up, to shake off the old stuff like a dog shaking off its wetness. So when you do that, and when you're eating higher vibrational foods and higher vibrational waters, higher alkaline, you know what's happening is your body naturally starts to open up again. It starts to clear out all that dim fat and cholesterol, and it lets the sunlight penetrate through. And the sunlight is antiseptic, okay? So what it means is bacteria doesn't like it. Bacteria run from it. So a lot of people try to kill worms, but then you're just going to be having like dead worm carcasses in you. The best way to do it is to get them to leave, by opening up that sun, you know what I mean? Like cockroaches turn on the light and they scatter. So, get that fresh kale, those green leafy vegetables in. Um, Definitely the citrus foods. The citrus is gonna that the vibrations in the lemons and the limes with the seeds and the oranges and the grapefruit. And when you go off even into the outer realms like the pineapples, the mangoes, then you're getting that high vibration, that acid that actually alkalizes your body, and that lemon oil acid that just can penetrate any stain. If you have gunk or resin on your fingers, you put a drop of lemon oil on it and it just comes right out. So how can you open up more light into your colon? First of all, start drinking plenty clean water. Try to get the fluoride and chlorine out of it. Try to get it as clean as you can. Buy a water ionizer if you have $1,000. um, Life ionizers is the way to go for that. What's next? Definitely, you want to be breathing clean air. So wake up every morning, go outside, and get a couple, breaths of air. If you don't do that first, drink water in the morning and go outside. Cough, make yourself cough. Cough up any accumulated pollution or whatever that's in the lungs, because the lungs have the power of turning the air and titrating it down into the minerals that we need into our blood. That's the whole story with Moses going into the reeds and changing the water into turning the water red. It's also Jesus turning the water into wine. This is the pureness into your blood, right? Turning it red, turning it into wine. This is the pureness of the blood. It's taking in from the ether, the waters, the vapors all around us, and how the lungs titrate it down into blood and give oxygen into your blood. You know what I mean? And helps your liver and all the bodily functions. And so we are one thing. You can't separate it. Clean your skin with triple distilled vodka, or some sort of high grade alcohol. Um, just a quick scrub down, and then obviously moisturize with a nice coconut oil. Even apple cider vinegar has a nice bacteria in it to get your skin nice and clean and exfoliate it on a chemical level. So there's so much you could do. Enemas is a great thing to do. Get an enema kit. It's really cheap online, 20, $30, reusable. That's definitely going to open you up. You're going to have a lot of vibration and energy after that. After you do an enema, you might feel like you're shaking. You might feel like you're jittery almost like you had a coffee or something. But it's a natural stimulation. It's your body, it's your inside finally getting oxygen. When you get lightheaded, when you get too much oxygen, it's like that. So definitely get it into you. Get the high vibrational foods into you. Get the enema, the waters into you. You can add essential oils into the enema. Do your research on the enemas, and exercise, deep breathing. I would recommend deep breathing over everything. Through the nostrils, down, way into your root chakra. Imagine it going there. Picture it going down to your diaphragm, into your root chakra, and that's where, when you feed your microbiome, when you feed your diaphragm the oxygen, then you're taking a lot more oxygen in than you would have through your lungs. So definitely deep belly breathing is key to opening up more light into your body. Getting off of the animal products and byproducts with the modified milk in the chips and the modified milk in the juices and the milk itself, cheese, all of that fungus, all of that rotten breast milk, the eggs. Get off of all that, and you will notice more light into your life. You'll notice you'll be able to manifest things quicker. You notice your hair and nails will grow stronger. You notice that animals will have a different attitude towards you. You'll notice that you just have a wealth of vibration of energy that you never had before. So yeah, man, bring that light into your body. Read your books, do your knowledge research. Always keep your mind working. Always keep your mind young. Your body regenerates itself. We just have to provide the environment for it to do so. When you get a cut, you leave it alone. It heals itself. Same thing as a body. You're not cut on the inside, thank God, but we are damaged on the inside. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. If you fast, if you want to start off by not eating anything until noon, and then when you do eat, it's like water, and then a, a lemon or like an orange and mango, and then get denser and denser throughout until dinner. You can start off that way, or you can just go on a fast, cold turkey, and drink a lot of good, healthy water. Definitely consult somebody that's a pro first, or do your research, and yeah, bring that light, high vibration into your body. The sun is life. Don't let NASA trick you into thinking that the sun isn't that important. You know what I mean? The sun is right here. It's a local light source. It's not 93 million miles away. They want to, or 93 million kilometers, whatever it is, I think it's kilometers away from you. Um, they don't push that life giver, that creator, away from you. Know that it's close. Know that it's a local light source. Feel the love. Connect to it. Talk to it. Talk to the sun. When you sun gaze, send positive vibrations into the sun so that it can shine positivity back. I think that we should all start sun gazing and sending positive thoughts into the sun, like love, peace, wealth, health, you know, unity, amongst all people on the planet, because we're all in this together. Don't let the ones in the government that wear the Caucasian suit, this Caucasian Earth suit, trick you into thinking that Caucasians are to blame for our plight. That's just a finger to point to, while the hidden hand moves under us, and it's not even a human hidden hand. This entity that these entities that are controlling us are so um, low in vibration. They have no empathy, no empathy for humanity. That because they're not. It's like if you're a meat eater, how you could just go and kill a pig or a chicken or a fish and not feel anything. If you're a fisher, how you can just throw a lure in, put holes in the fish's mouth and tongue, and then let it take a picture with it, and then let it go swim with a hole in its mouth for the rest of its life, a scar from what humans can do. And you wonder why humans don't trust us. I mean, you wonder why animals don't trust humans. So that's how I feel so strongly, and I feel that I know that the powers that be are being operated by, like in the movie Get Out, their conscious is being taken over by these extra dimensional beings who can't, you know, manifest physically and do the rebirth and all this natural stuff like we can here, because it's not their realm. They just have to operate outside of our realm, and they wear these Caucasian suits. Why? I don't know. That's a whole nother story, but it's for something for us to point at. If you go across the board in all indigenous places, it'll tell you that the white man's the devil. Well, but then you look at your neighbor, and he's sticking up for racism, Black Lives Matter, all rights for humanity, getting us free. Look at Eric Dubé. Look at Ben Snowden. You know what I mean? Uh, Bill Cooper. You know what I mean? So there's Phil Schneider. So while we're pointing and thinking at something as low as race, uh, they're moving. That's the distraction. The Queen and the Pope and the Vatican. These old fucks aren't doing anything. They're not the actual ones going out there and killing people. We're killing ourselves. You know what I mean? We're taking these orders because we're not waking up. We're too dim. We don't got that sunlight coming in. We gotta open up the love. We gotta shoot our intent. Into the sun. You know, into the sun that is right there. And if you know that the sun is right there, then when you assign your intent and your thoughts to it, you won't be thinking, oh man, like it's the sun's so far away, and I'm no, it's right there. It hears you. It sees you. You see it warms you. When it leaves, you instantly get cold. This is the power of the sun. As soon as it comes around from into spring, and as soon as it gets closer to us, everything starts growing again. Everything comes to life again. And all animals and all plants only do what it has to do to live its healthiest. All squirrels, all raccoons, rabbits, all animals, they're as flexible and limber as they can be. They eat what they're supposed to eat. They wake up when they're supposed to wake up with the sun. They go to bed with the sun. You know what I mean? They don't stay up late and party and damage their organs. You know what I mean? And you'd say, oh, they're just stupid animals. No, but that's not the case. Maybe they're too dumb to realize that they can't eat junk food. No, man, they are wise. They are intuitive, and they know they can smell things before they eat it. You know, a dog has an iron box. A pigeon, a seagull has an iron stomach. You know, a shrimp, these bottom feeders, lobsters, crabs, they can handle that dirty food. You know what I mean? That's why we should never eat those. But we got to refine ourselves. You know what I mean? Um, we gotta we gotta look into the sun, and we gotta open up our bodies for more light. You know what I mean? We gotta sun gaze, because the eyes, obviously, that's why I say that the windows to the soul inside, whatever. It's all about letting the light in, because your eyes. That's another reflexology point too. You got your colon in there, you got your feet in your eyes, all in your retina. You got your teeth, your hair, all of that. So when you look into the sun, the sun is repairing. He's repairing. He's programming. He's upgrading it. You know what I mean? When you bring in your old modem to the store, and the technician turns a few dials, a couple zeros, couple ones, tightens a few screws. Now you're updated, ready to go. That's like the sun. It's always giving you new information. It's always feeding you out new love, new information, new intent. And and when you look at it, you're updated, you're upgraded, and it's diminishing all those thoughts. It's vibrating all those old shady thoughts out. You know what I mean? And it breaks down and disintegrates those that metabolic waste, and the negative thoughts, and all that. You know what I mean? So we gotta breathe and open up our breathing ways. We gotta drink the waters and open up our cellular environment, change the pH. We gotta open up our suns into the eyes. We gotta open our minds to the possibility of an infinite plane and not this globe so that we can live for something more. When we take this place for what it is, this globe that we can't get on or that we can't get off of, we we shut down and we start thinking about things as silly as war and race and this continent's doing that to that continent. No, it's all one power disguised. You think that it's like WWE. They fight on the surface, but when they go underground to their bunkers, they're having they're transiting minerals and all that, slaves, um, you know, information, who knows, shit from other territories of this great, expansive plain. You never know. So we got to really just live more according to our nature, like the animals live. You know what I mean? And we got to um, praise nature more. You know what I mean? We need to let the sunlight in. We need to go feel the grass, We need to look at the clouds, you know what I mean? We got to let the creativity flow. Stay young through that. You know, Open up the light into your body. Let the light in. It's right there. The sun is right there. Talk to it, you know, provide us with love. Dear sun, sustainer of life, creator of life, you know what I mean? Provide me with health, abundance, wealth, you know, and watch these things manifest in front of your eyes. And when you let the light in, when you detox and let the light in, then that intent will return to you quicker. It won't be blocked out. You know what I mean? You're trying to send out vibrations that get skewed because of all the fear and the hate in the food. And then it comes back skewed and it doesn't even come in because you're shaded. So you gotta detox and open up that light. You know what I mean? You gotta let that light shine back in. Get an upgrade. Get upgraded. It's 2017. We must overcome this deception, this government, this NASA deception. We must overcome the deception that animal meat is good for us. We must overcome the deception that, we need to fight wars or that we need to stay on these six continents. We got to fight the deception that this earth is a ball and that, there's nowhere to go. We got to fight the deception that, um, we need to pay to go places. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta pay to cross this imaginary line. I'm in and out. Fuck it if I'm in and out or if I'm there for a year. It's still the ground. It's still the earth. How are you gonna charge me from stepping over this line? How are you gonna arrest me for not having what I need to step over your imaginary line? It's not even your line. You're just enforcing some dude's imaginary line, some government imaginary line. So we as a humanity have to wake up and realize that we are our own enemies. All right? And we have to point the finger inwards and say, yo, I'm gonna make a change. So that's why we gotta drop videos like these. That's why we gotta have chats and debates, and when you're on the bus and when you're in a taxi, talk to people about this stuff and open them up. Hey, did you know that you shouldn't be leaving your water bottles in the sun. You shouldn't even be drinking water bottles. The plastic. Hey, did you know that, that cheese is gonna kill you quick? You know what I mean? Hey, yo, did you know that, there's never been any curvature detected on any body of water in the world ever? Hey, did you know that our ancients described a flat plane and that the ball Earth is actually a new model? Hey, did you know that there's uh, better technology for cars and fuel? You know what I mean? There's a myriad of things. Just because you are in the know of something doesn't mean that everybody else is, right? And that they're just ignoring it. You got to understand that not everybody cares about what you care about. And so not everybody's going to wake up to the same facts that made you wake up. So always talk to people, throw it out, be playful with it. Don't get mad about it. Just open their eyes to it, and share your light. Share your light, and then they'll pay it forward, hopefully, and continue sharing the light until this whole world is illumined. So, because fuck the Illuminati, because those enlightened ones, you know what I mean? We all got to get to that point so we can all know the deal. So it's masterpiece, and I'm saying if you're eating that fried food, the meat and all that, then your insides are probably looking like this. And I'm just saying, yo, eat to live, open up those vibrations, clear it out, because we need to let the light in. All right? Eat to live. Important. Eat to live. Teach your kids to eat to live. Teach your family to eat to live. All right? And we'll get up out of this together as one. One people rising up against the powers that be, and then we'll expand on and we'll move on from this little confined area that they call the planet Earth. All right, yo? Masterpiece. One.